Does God die?
The essence of God does not die. And we need to inquire into what death means. What does that word mean? What does death mean?
Cease to exist.
That's erroneous. No. So death is being defined in an atheistic notion. So Ali, just for the recording, Ali, why are you using an atheistic idea of death? So this is important, right? If you're assuming that they are the same, then you would need to prove why that notion certainly exists, right?
It's very simple. Do you accept God in his nature is infinite?
God in his nature is infinite?
Yes.
All right, so what he is infinite, yes. But that's not who he is. He's not infinitude itself. Unless you believe that God is infinitude himself.
It's semantics.
That isn't a semantic notion. This is something that has been debated in philosophy for a long time.
Semantics. Philosophy to the side.
So why would it be semantics?
God Almighty has no beginning and no end.
Ali, why would it be semantics?
Does God Almighty have no beginning?
Could you just answer the question that I asked you first? Right? It depends on what that statement means.
Alpha and Omega. No beginning and no end.
No beginning in time, as in. So the essence of God, right? The essence of God does not have any beginning or end. Right. Yes. So the essence is not the who, right?
Okay, 1 second. Can God Almighty, who created the heavens and the earth,
yes,
did he have a point he began to exist?
Well, he's outside of time. He's atemporal.
Did he have a point of existence?
A point of existence? I don't know what that means. But if it means that,
does it mean that he began to exist at one point?
It doesn't mean that. No, he doesn't begin to exist.
Okay,
so this is the. If I could please
Is there a
respond,
point
that would
where
be.
he decided not to exist?
If I could please respond, that would be very helpful.
We're going through something.
Because when I gave you the notion, right, you tried to wave it away as if it was semantics, right?
It's
you would need to show. So semantics, if you know, right, semantics is one of the studies of truth itself, right? So if you are interested in truth or the study of truth, for example, ethology, right, which is the study of truth, you would also be invested into knowing like semantics, which is simply just the notion supplied by concepts, right? So when you take the concept of the term God, or you take the concept of the term, for example, God exists or anything like that, you're saying that the statement is cognitive and you could potentially access it in the next life, correct? Now,
but going back to the first point.
But that was the first point.
I'm asking about God's nature. Yeah?
Yes, but you don't. But there's no cognitive information in this world.
I'm saying no.
Yeah.
No, there
is there any cognitive information in this world about what God is?
There is information in this world.
Okay.
That is
about what God is.
We have an intuition. Okay. That God Almighty has no beginning.
In how would you say that intuition would be some sort of mind-dependent feature? By definition, intuition is mind-dependent. It is dependent on your thoughts and your conceptions. By definition, it would be a subjective feature.
God Almighty has created our minds.
God created our minds, and when you use the mind, it's a subjective notion.
No, but still,
yeah,
it is something that.
By definition, it's a subjective feature.
We know, for example, that the aql will never go against the naql. The naql is the text.
Is that
Let me finish.
Is that an aql statement?
Let me finish.
Is that a statement using your mind?
Let me finish. Yeah. Okay. Of course it is.
So you're using the aql over the naql to say that there is no aql over naql.
I'm saying
that's what is concluded.
We take the naql over the aql.
But you used your aql to get to that conclusion.
Yes, of course.
So you just took the aql over the naql in that example.
God Almighty has given us our logic, and what we have in our logic will not go against who he is and what he is.
All right. So do you believe logic is eternal?
So what I'm saying is, in a nutshell, as a person who believes in the Trinity, it's a messy place to be.
Ali, do you believe that logic is eternal?
I don't blame you for using all these words and all this. I was speaking to Paperboy. He said to me,
Ali, that is Ali. Focus on the focus on the content that I'm actually giving you. Ali.
You are in a position.
Ali, focus on the content that I'm giving you, right?
Absolutely.
Ali.
No sense.
Ali, focus on the content that I'm giving you, right?
You are absolutely.
So what I'm doing, no.
Absolutely.
Ali.
At any cost.
So,
at any cost.
Ali.
It's very simple.
Ali.
Does God Almighty have a beginning?
Ali. I answered the questions before.
Does God have a beginning?
And I'm going to respond to the actual notion that you supplied before, right?
Does he have a beginning?
So this is the issue that we have.
Does he have a beginning?
When you supply certain notions about God in creation or even outside of creation, you are using aqli statements to be able to say that you take the aql over the naql. Anyone that's seen the recording can see that I answered the statement already. So Ali, answer the question. Are you using your apple over the knuckle when you say that you take the knuckle over the apple?
I'll be honest, I'll never come to the park.
Ali Dawah,
You know why?
can you please
Because
answer my
if I come to
question?
the park, I'm going to be stuck.
Ali, answer my
All these
question.
philosophical terms and deductions.
These words supplied by the early Christians themselves.
It's just a cop-out.
It's not a cop-out, it is supplied by the early Christians themselves. And when I explained the concept, you didn't have anything. You just said that you don't understand.
And you got your sideman here talking for you.
You're just
And that's the reason
insulting.
why
Just
you're wearing
focus
your
on the
glasses
statement
and
that you
show
have.
your face. That's the reason why.
The reason I
That's the
don't show
reason
my
why
face is for the sake of
you cannot
anonymity.
answer- no,
Because my
you cannot
argument is
answer
what
it.
is important
You know
rather
why?
than who
If
I
I
am.
believe in the Trinity,
So
I would
Ali,
make sure I wear a mask.
please make sure
So,
that you answer
do
the
you
actual
believe that God
cognitive
has a
information
beginning?
that I've supplied
God
in my
has a
statement.
beginning.
Ali, answer my statement.
Does God have a beginning?
Answer my statement.
Does God have a beginning?
You can refer to what I said before.
Does God have a beginning?
Refer to what I said before. So Ali,
Does God
this
have
is
a
the
beginning?
issue that we have, right?
That's right.
Ali, this is the issue that we have, okay? When you say that you take the knuckle over the apple, for example, that is an akali statement, right? You are using your apple to come to that conclusion. You're essentially using certain notions that even Augustine himself uses when he speaks to some of his personal friends. You are taking the apple over the knuckle to conclude that you must take the knuckle over the apple. It's a paradoxical certain instance, okay? Now, what I would say to you is this. Insofar as you're taking the apple over the knuckle to supply that you must take the knuckle over the apple, you are taking the apple over the knuckle, right? So the issue that I have with you is that if you want to deny philosophy, well, logic is a tenet of philosophy. You would have to deny the use of logic. But if you are not denying the use of logic, what you're going to be using it is in some sort of relativistic notion when you feel like using logic, which would kind of be erroneous, right? Because you kind of use it against anyone else that you believe is illogical, for example. When I explained the conception of the Trinity, for example, I used the way that the early Christian scholars did. So, for example, Augustine, Jerome, Gregory Nazianzen, other individuals, right? Now, these are high-level topics, right? And if a layman wants to discuss them, I would say that perhaps they may be wrong. However, they should at least read up on the material that has been provided for them, right? Now, for example, for you, when you use certain statements and you remember beforehand, you tried to examine the two options of whether they were cognitive or whether they were non-cognitive. You started off by saying, okay, they're non-cognitive because the information can't be accessed. Now, what I would ask for you for the sake of information is there anywhere in your creed where you can believe that you can access these cognitive statements about God in the next life? Is there somewhere in the creed that states that you can?
Does God begin to exist?
Could you answer the question I just asked you?
Does God begin to exist?
I referred to my statement before. Could you answer the question
I'll
then?
answer as a Muslim. We don't believe God begins to exist.
So, Ali,
As you can see, guys,
could you
that's what it takes.
answer the statement that I
See
gave
the
you?
difference between
Ali, answer the content of the
It's a simple
statement.
question, guys.
Ali,
Does God
you're
begin
just
to
speaking
exist?
to the audience. You're appealing to the audience right now. It's
Theist.
fallacious, right?
But look, it's a theist.
So, Ali,
A
focus on what I'm
simple
saying,
question.
right? So,
If
the
I went
issue that
and
we
asked
have
a
specifically, right,
five-year-old-
is
if I
this.
asked my 5-year-old
If
daughter,
you want to
does God-
say
did
that
God
the
begin to
information
exist?
can be accessed in the
Daddy,
next
no.
life,
God doesn't
that
begin
must
to
mean
exist.
it is because that information exists in your creed. For example, if you believe God is one, right, that is because your creed allows you to believe such a thing. If you believe that that information can be accessed in the next life, that's because your creed allows you. So where in your creed does it allow you to do such?
Does God begin to exist?
I referred to my statement before. So where in the statement, where in the statement does it say that?
Do I blame him? No. I don't
Where
blame
in the
him at
statement
all.
does it say, Ali?
Because as a
Ali,
person
just answer my
who
question.
believes in the Trinity,
Ali, answer my question.
this question is
Ali,
a
you're
knockout.
appealing to the audience
It's a
again.
knockout.
Can you please answer my question?
God doesn't begin
Can you
to
please
exist.
answer my question? The essence of God
God
does not begin to
doesn't
exist. Please answer my question.
Does God die?
The essence of God does not
God
die. And we need to
Does
inquire
God
into what
die?
death means.
Does God die?
What does that word mean?
Does God die?
What does death mean?
Cease to exist.
That's erroneous. No, death does not mean to cease to exist. No.
That's not even what the
No,
Quran
no.
says.
Wait, hold on. No, that is not the definition of death.
Okay, what's the definition of death?
The disconnection of the human soul from the human body.
No. Okay, I'm talking about ceasing to exist.
No,
Not
okay,
existing
that's
again.
an atheistic definition.
Yes, I'm not talking about coming to life.
That's
I'm
an
asking you,
atheistic
can
notion.
God Almighty
Hold on.
cease to exist?
Where in your creed does it define death
No?
as ceasing to exist?
Thank you. Look, she answered for you.
Hold on.
She's doing a camera
Does it-
work.
does it-
She's doing
does-
a better
okay.
job than you.
Is
They
there
cannot
anywhere
cease
in
to
his
exist.
creed where it says that death
Thank you
means
very
cease
much.
to exist?
There you go. Now, guys.
It doesn't exist.
Now, guys.
Your own camera woman said, right?
That's
The
my
camera woman said,
That's
I don't
your
even know who it
side.
is.
That's SOCO films, mate.
So the camera
SOCO
woman
film.
even says,
That's SOCO film.
I don't know who. I don't. Again, I don't know. I didn't know that she was.
Thank you.
I didn't know that she
There you
was.
go.
So this is the
But
issue that
guess
we
what?
have.
This
You
lady-
defined
this
death
lady
wrong.
Answered it. She said,
Ali,
no,
Ali,
God cannot
you
cease to
defined
exist.
death wrong.
But
So
what
what
does
we
the
have is
question
this,
say?
right?
What did they
He
say?
defines death as
There was
to
a
cease
moment
to
of
exist.
time
But
that
there is
God
nowhere in
died.
his creed, at least until we present such,
God died.
where it says
And that's why
that
he's
death
having a
means to
tantrum.
cease to exist,
Why
right?
are you guys having a tantrum? Look, he's been here.
It's an atheistic notion.
Yeah?
Ali,
reason it's going in this
Ali,
country,
it's an atheistic
this
notion.
lady, this
Ali,
young lady,
it's an atheistic notion.
who's single.
Ali,
No, he
you're
doesn't.
using an atheistic
Well, as you
notion.
can see, guys,
Ali, you're using an
when we're
atheistic
talking to
notion.
them, they are
Ali,
looking
Ali,
at lying.
the notion that
Desperate
you see
times
again,
call for desperate
the
measures.
notion that you say that you
Look at
cease
you,
to
look-
exist,
look-
right?
look at you, look,
Does
you're
that
not
mean
stopping.
if you're gonna insult
You're
me,
not
then that's
stopping. I
fine?
never insulted you. Did I
Yes, you
insult
did. You said, "Look at this guy.
I said,
implicitly
does God
doing it."
cease to exist?
Yeah, God does not
She
cease
said,
to exist.
look, she's a
The
camerawoman.
essence of God does not
She's
cease to
recording,
exist.
and she goes, no, he
So now
doesn't.
that I finished, now that I've answered your statement,
So,
right?
Did God die?
Did God die?
Yes.
Insofar as He separated the human body from the human soul, if that's what death means, then yes, that is fine. The Son rightly can be to die.
One second. Can God cease to exist, man?
That's not his
Thank you.
definition of
That's
death.
not my definition of death.
His
So,
definition of
can
So
God
let's
cease
do
to
this,
exist?
guys. Ladies and gentlemen, what I want to do is this.
Can God Almighty,
He defines
in
death
his human
as to
nature,
cease to exist.
die? Yes.
So Ali, can I ask you a question? Why do you define death
I
in
don't
an
need to say
atheistic
anything else.
sense?
You can talk.
Why do you
I'm not
define
gonna listen to you.
Ali? Why do you
I'm
define
gonna
death in
listen
an atheistic
I'm gonna
sense?
listen to you.
Remember in the statement before, you said that
listen to you.
when an atheist dies, an atheist believes that they stop existing, right? That they do that become nothing, right?
I'm gonna listen to you.
So Ali, this is the issue that we have.
Desperate times call for desperate
Ali, this is the issue that we have, right? When you say that God,
Can
when you
imagine-
say that
can
death
imagine
means to cease
God
to
died?
exist,
Can
right?
Imagine God died.
This is just a
Can you imagine the
doxastic.
one who created all
You're
this?
just doing a doxastic
Died.
notion, right? Actually answer the
What's it called?
cognitive
What notion?
information. It's a doxastic notion. You're just trying to do
What was
praise.
it? I'm gonna pronounce it.
Doxastic.
Doxastic.
Like a doxology.
Look, call it doxology, masophocology,
Doxology.
molecularology. Like you said, non-cognitive statements, yeah?
It's not a non-cognitive
Look,
statement.
I
That
swear to
statement
God, let me
contains
tell you something.
information.
Let me tell you something.
Ali,
Non-cognitive statements
you define
are
death in an
better-
atheistic way.
Non-cognitive statements are better than what you are taught. At least somebody who says,
So,
at least there's
so,
nothing- what
so,
they say, you
so
didn't-
meaningless information is
somebody
better than
to come and
cognitive
say,
statements, right?
God died.
So at least you
God
accept
died.
that notion,
Guys,
right?
Bro, let me ask you a question.
So here's the issue that
Which
we
one is
have,
worse?
right?
Which one is worse?
Why are you not talking to me?
Or God died? Which one is worse?
So, for example,
I
hold
would go
on.
with-
So, for example, right?
At least
If
they're
I
not together.
define death
What
as
makes
cease
it
to exist,
acceptable?
then maybe that would make sense. However,
Check this out,
if
check
I
this out.
define death, yeah, sure.
God
If
died,
I
God
if I
died.
define
Which
death
one is
differently,
worse? I
that
would
thing
go
will come
with-
different.
All day.
Cognitive statement
All
is
day.
worse than a
All
cognitive
day.
statement.
Yeah, you just said that a non-cognitive
No,
statement is worse than a
let me tell you
cognitive
something.
statement.
I would prefer saying
Are non-cognitive statements worse than cognitive statements? Are they worse than cognitive statements?
All day, every day.
Would
I
you
go
prefer
with
non-cognitive
non-
statements with cognitive
with
statements,
the Trinity,
Ali?
I will go with non-cognitive statements. I
So,
would rather
okay,
say-
so you would rather
I
have
would
meaningless
rather say-
statements than meaningful
check this out,
statements.
check
That's
this out.
fine.
I would rather say
So
this.
here is the issue
Look,
that we
somebody
have,
attached
Ali,
to him, let me
right?
speak, yeah? I know
You
it's hurting.
define death
I
in an
know it's
atheistic
hurting you.
manner.
I know
You
even have
said
the-
to me that when an individual
even have the
dies,
test
they
taken
cease
at
to
42
exist.
to
That
show
is
your
an
face.
atheistic
You're a
notion
coward.
because atheists are the
Number
ones
two,
that believe
number
that when
two.
you die, nothing
I would
happens.
rather
You
say-
become nothing.
Look, I would rather
Now,
say-
theists believe that when you die, you do not stop existing. Your soul is disconnected
rather say
metaphysically
that
from
than
your
say
body.
the God is
So this
Trinity.
is the issue that we have.
Wallahi, I
You are defining
would
death in an
rather say-
atheistic manner, Ali.
Rather than saying
Ali.
Allah is the Trinity.
Why are you defining death atheistically?
One word.
Ali,
Bro.
why are you defining death
Bro,
atheistically?
which one is insulting?
Why don't you answer my question?
Bro. No, he's not listening. Bro, what's your name?
No, it's fine.
No, he's
So,
not listening.
what?
Bro, what's
I
your
was
name?
listening the whole
Adi,
time.
What's your name?
He's been speaking, so this is the
Adi,
issue that we have, right?
Which one offends you more? Or you're a waste man? Which one are you offended over? But
So
why?
Adib,
But why?
so Adib, let me ask you
No, I
this,
said
right?
why?
Hold on, let me ask you this.
Because
Adib,
I'm insulting you.
Get to the point.
The point is this, bro. This is what he's saying, yeah? This guy, look, I'm talking about the Trinity. I'm talking about God's
This
nature,
guy
yeah?
what?
He's trying his... I'm saying, can God die? Like, cease to exist. Forget die, okay. Can God cease to exist?
I said
Because he
I
believes in the
referred to my
Trinity,
statement before.
Because he believes in the Trinity and he knows there's problems with it, I'm saying, I would rather say, than say Allah has a partner.
So this is the issue that we have, right?
So he's saying that's a non-cognitive statement, yeah?
No, I didn't say
I would rather
that.
go with a non-cognitive statement.
That's not
than
what I
say
said.
that God become a man and died.
Hold on. So this is what I'm. So this is
Are
what.
you admitting that you're using non-cognitive statements then? Are you admitting that publicly?
Okay,
here?
what is this?
It's a non-cognitive
Yes,
statement.
I'm using that.
Okay.
for
So this is the issue that we have.
using non-
So this is my point, right? What I started with saying was basically,
You know why?
Ali, I was silent when you were
You
speaking.
know why?
Ali, I need to finish. Ali, I need to finish.
Okay.
So this is the information that we have to. Hold on, I'm gonna finish.
Brother, you be speaking
So
for 15
no, I'm gonna
minutes.
finish. So it's my turn to talk to you, right? So this is the information that we have, right?
Let me make my point and then
When you
go.
make a statement, that statement contains
What
information,
I'm
correct?
saying is very simple.
Right?
I would rather
If you
say-
tell me the apple is
Why
red,
is it a minute?
that statement contains information. You understand,
Then utter
right?
kufr and
Now,
shirk. Simple as that.
when an atheist defines death, they define death as nothing happens afterwards. That means that when you die, you cease to exist, right? However, Ali defined it the exact same way. So I said that you are using an atheistic notion, idea of what death means. Now, as a theist, I don't believe that when I die, I cease to exist, because death is defined differently in actually the Judaistic traditions and the Christian tradition. In the Christian tradition, death is the separation of the soul from the body, instead of the cessation of existence. So, using that definition of death and taking into account the hypostatic union, what we would do, are you cutting the recording? What we would do is this.
Close to Allah anyways.
Yeah, exactly, but does your soul,
It says Allah
hold on,
died.
does your,
No,
hold
Allah never dies.
on, hold on. Does your soul, okay, I understand. Does your soul
Even
stop
look,
existing?
wallahi,
You're,
shit is
hold
more
on,
intelligent
you're lying about what I believe.
Wallahi, this
Hold
is
on.
more intelligent than you.
Do you, I understand. Do you believe that your soul stops existing?
Wallahi, you
Hold
do
on.
amazing job, Auntie.
Do you believe, Ali,
Wallahi, you do amazing job.
Ali, do you believe your soul
This
stops
auntie is
existing?
better than you.
Do you believe that your soul stops
Auntie,
existing?
Auntie, can Allah
Do you
die?
believe that your soul stops existing?
Was Allah born?
No.
Excuse me, Auntie. Do you believe that when you, Auntie, hold on. Do you believe that when you die, your soul stops existing? Your soul stops existing.
Please give the mic to her. Wallahi, she did an amazing job.
All right, so this is the issue that we have then, right? So death is being defined in an atheistic notion. So Ali,
Auntie,
just for the
wallahi,
recording, Ali,
May Allah bless you. Wallahi,
why are
there
you
go.
using an atheistic
Auntie,
idea
you
of
should come here
death?
more often.
Ali,
You need to join
answer
our
the
team.
question.
have to
Ali,
join our team.
Ali, why are
Wallahi.
you using an atheistic notion of death?
Which is, I think, enough for everyone.
Ali,
Allah is
why are you
one.
using an
Allah is
atheistic
there.
notion of
Allah
death?
is there.
Right?
Is Allah one or
Well, the
three?
reason why he's using an atheistic
Is Allah
notion of
one or
death
three?
is because he doesn't understand the nuances and what death can mean to a certain religion. Right? So the issue that we have is this, right?
Listen, learn.
Hold on.
Learn.
Why are you using an atheistic notion for death?
At least she doesn't wear a niqab. She doesn't
Ali,
cover her face.
Ali, why are you using an atheistic notion for death?
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Why are you using an atheistic notion of death?
done with it.
So you're stopping with me now. So you're running away.
Like Muhammad Hijab says. you're
Listen,
finished.
listen.
You're done.
Answer the question. You're using an atheistic notion of death. Ali,
I was thinking.
Ali, you're using an
Cover it.
atheistic notion of death.
You're covering your face because you have the face.
I have a sore throat as well, but
No,
why
I
are you
just
using
have a
atheistic
sore throat.
notion
I
of
said you're
death?
covering your face.
Yeah, I know, and I said I have a sore
You know
throat.
why? Because if you
Ali,
think God can die, I wouldn't
why
want to
are
see
you
my face
using
either.
an atheistic
No wonder you're
notion
covering your
of
face.
death? Ali, when you die, does your soul stop existing? Does your soul stop existing?
He's running.
Why are you stopping the
I'm intellectually
conversation?
running away.
He admitted that Islamic theology is a non-cognitive statement, which is equal to blah,
So-
blah, 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 blah.
So this is the issue that we have, right? For example, my friend, my friend, right? When you die, does your soul stop existing?
No.
Right. So death doesn't mean that you stop existing, right? No, exactly. Well, no, but this is the issue, right? So if anything dies, it does not mean that it ceases to exist, right? It means that it undergoes a certain change. So, for example, if
Go to the destination, that's the destination. After
exactly, but you still exist, right? Thank you. So this is the issue that, hold on. So, no, I understand that. So this is the issue that we have, right? Atheists are the people that say that when you die, you cease to exist. You are nothing, right? But I am not an atheist, so I define death differently. Now, in the recording, Ali, I don't know if he's going to cut it out, but Ali said that death means that you stop existing. Now, I believe that the essence of God does not cease to exist. I said this in the recording, so I just refer back to the statement, so I don't need to repeat it. Did Jesus? Yeah. So this is the issue that we have, right? Yeah.
Did Jesus stand on the
So
cross?
this is the issue that
Did
we
Jesus
have,
stand on
right?
the cross?
Hold on. You said you're stopping.
Did Jesus stand on the cross?
Are you still talking to me?
Did Jesus stand
Are you
on the
still
cross?
talking to me?
I'm talking to the.
So you're
to the people.
right. There you go. So
Did
you're not
Jesus
talking
stand
to
on the
me.
cross?
So this is the issue that we have,
There you
right?
go.
So
God died on the cross.
when we say the term death means that your soul and your body that were once united are separated. It's a very easy notion. So if it was able, if, for example, one of the underlying realities of the Trinity, they were, for example, able to unite with themselves to humanity, they could separate that human body from that human soul. That is the actual concept at play. It doesn't mean that the essence of God itself has to swim inside Jesus' body and start doing stuff. For example, yeah, I understand.
Where does Jesus come from now? It's only
So in one respect, we would say that Jesus Christ is unchangeable and eternal, and in another respect, in the respect of his humanity, we would say that, for example, Jesus Christ can do actions like Christ, Thief, and so on. Okay, so there is a nuance when we actually talk about these things, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm basically saying is this: death is an action that is done through humanity. Okay, the only way that an individual, a human being, can die is if their soul and their body are removed. If you have a soul and a body in a certain respect, you can do the action of dying, because dying means to remove to separate the body and soul. Now, here's the question that we would have now, right? The soul that you have, right? Is your soul inside your body? This is important. Well, no, right? Because the term inside means a spatial location by definition, right? If I say I went into the room, that's a spatial notion, right? I'm going from one space to another. Because the soul isn't physical, the soul isn't literally inside the body, right? However, there is a unity between the body and a unity with the soul. So your body and soul are united. When you die, that unity, that connection is lost. It is severed for some time. When you come back to life, the unity is gone again. So the point is this. He defines death as you stop existing. I define death as what I've just told you, right? So,
Auntie doesn't stop. Auntie,
so to stop exist mean that you. So to stop, but here's the thing. Your soul is again.
Says Allah dies.
So this is the thing. So great. So if you're using.
Auntie, you need to be on camera. You're gonna be famous.
I'm gonna clarify.
Ali, clarify that.
Brother, clarify, please, man.
He didn't clarify.
Brother, it's clear. Brother, it's clear.
Definition.
He clarified with an atheist definition, right?
When
So here's the issue that
what happens to us?
When they die.
your soul and your body are
When we die,
disconnected.
what happens to us?
This is semantics now.
Exactly.
What is it? Okay. This is an important question, right? So this is an important question. When you say that something doesn't exist, right? That means that it is the negation, right? So this is the issue that we have, okay?
When you're intellectually bankrupt, I have to run away.
So you're, okay, that's fine. So this is the issue that we have. He defined it in an atheist notion. So this is what we do, right? So with the person of the Son. Oh, you need the chair? That's completely fine. Do I get to keep the pole though?
Stay standing.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is SiiG. I dropped my AirPods, but it's okay. We move. So this is the issue that we have, okay? We believe in one hypostasis of the Son. By definition, a hypostasis is either a concrete or underlying reality. Now we're saying that the underlying reality died through utilizing one of its natures, i.e. humanity. So a nature or a physis simply can be defined as a certain set of attributes in a certain respect. So what the early Christians did is that they used the example of a human being's body and soul and said that the body has certain attributes and the soul has certain attributes. So for example, you yourself, you would be both physical and non-physical, but in two different respects. Your body is physical, but your soul is not, right? So in respect to Christ's humanity, Christ can do actions such as eat food, walk around, and do physical stuff. But in respect to his deity, in respect to the fact that he has the divine nature, he is eternal, uncreated, all sorts, okay? Now those two things, those two attributes, those two propositions, they don't mix together, they don't conflict, they don't kind of go inside one another, and we certainly do not believe that the divine nature went inside the human nature. Because again, attributes don't do things, people do things, okay? But you do things by utilizing your attributes. For example, I have a hand, because I can say that, right? I have a hand. Now, my hand is not the thing that is doing the action. I am the one doing the action, but I am utilizing my hand, which is my attributes. Christ does the action of dying through his nature of humanity. That is actually what we're saying. What we're not saying is that God stopped existing. Again, this is blasphemous to us, right? But if you are a theist and you define death that you do not exist anymore, then you're actually using an atheist notion on what death means. Because it is atheists that define death as you stop existing or that you cease to exist. Does that make some more sense?
Yes.
What atheist said that?
By sake.
Some atheists say that when you die, nothing happens.
Which one?
So, like, for example, certain atheists.
Which atheist said that?
People like Graham Oppy.
I'm an atheist, and I don't remember any atheist saying that.
No, like, as in, like, in philosophy, in study philosophy.
I study philosophy.
That's good.
Which atheist philosophers have said that?
People that I believe, like, people like Graham Oppy. But, like, I can ask Graham Oppy, it's my voice.
You can ask who?
Like, people like Graham Oppy or, like, Matt
Richard
Dillahunty.
Dawkins.
No. Richard Dawkins may be able to do that. But what I'm... Hello? So what I say is like...
Yeah, again, so which atheist said this?
Oh, yeah. I said, for example, Graham Oppy.
Graham who?
Graham Oppy.
Dr. Graham Oppy.
Yeah, go on, yeah.
Or like, for example, you could have Matt Dillahunty. These are just atheists that would say this. But it is more important to ask you.
So I'm an atheist.
Yeah, so
And I
do you...
never said this.
So when you die, what happens?
I don't know.
You don't know, right? You would be agnostic on the issue. You're not denying that something happens. You're saying you don't know.
I don't know.
So atheists deny something
Do you
happens.
have evidence to the contrary?
I would
wait,
say,
just to go back to what he was saying, he was debating a Muslim on this,
and they were using an
a Muslim
atheist.
and a theistic understanding of when someone dies. It's a separation from the soul to the body.
Then you mentioned
hang on, let me just.
so I had to jump in.
Let me
Oh, I
just-
see,
what
I
I'm
see, I see, I
saying
see.
is, What atheist said this?
Right, no, I'm saying that like the idea.
Yeah, are you generalising? Are you saying all atheists say
No,
this?
no. I'm
he's
saying that the notion, the idea is atheistic. It
It's
isn't theistic.
non-theistic. That
No, it's not.
definition that when you die you
So-
cease
It's
to exist
atheistic
is
because I never said
non-theistic.
it.
No. You're an atheist, right?
Yeah.
But atheistic idea are ideas that can be held by people that are atheists.
So some atheists might.
Some atheists may say this.
So you sure you can't generalise?
I'm not generalizing.
He's not trying to.
I'm saying it
generalise.
is an
But when you're
atheist.
saying atheistic, that is a generalisation.
Atheistic means that it is under the branch
I
of what
I
atheists
know
could
what
believe.
atheistic means,
Okay, yeah.
and it's a generalistic term.
Oh, I think the way you're using it is generous. I understand that. So don't confuse me for saying that I'm using it like every single atheist believes that. That's not what I'm saying, right? I'm saying that the only people
But
that
you
could
said
believe that are atheists.
atheists say.
Yes, as in some atheists say, not
You
everyone.
never said some. You said atheists.
I didn't say all either.
Well, it's not to hang up
You
on.
see what I'm saying?
It's not to hang up on the small points, but there's a greater
So
general
again,
point that you were trying
afterlife.
to
What
convey.
afterlife?
Oh, right, that's a completely different issue. We were kind of debating
We're
about the body
focusing
and
on
the soul.
Islamic versus Christianity
Yeah.
apologetics right now. So,
But no, I appreciate it though. It feels alright, man. You have a very firm handshake. Good gym.
SiiG, do you want to explain to them?
Oh crap!
about
I'm
the
on.
cognitive
I'm on
versus-
camera.
Bro, you've
Hey,
been on camera
listen.
this whole time, man.
Hey, SOCO Films. Yeah, it's your boy SiiG. I have no muscles. I don't go gym. Okay, I'm wearing white Crocs. Camera, show the Crocs, please. Thank you very much. I'm wearing white Crocs. All busted out. So we like to have fun on this channel. You know what I'm saying? We got the glasses on. We got them from TK Maxx. It's not that deep though. So what I was explaining to Ali Dawah, and I gave him a little bit of a cop out so they could run away. What I wanted to explain.
Can I take?
Nah, I'm
You
good.
already took the mic.
It's alright.
That's
I got what I came for, which is just a
You
conversation.
already took the mic off him.
Yeah.
Are you asking for the mic?
No, I want one of these. It was there. So
Oh,
no,
it's
no,
okay.
it's
I
fine,
don't need it.
Can I have one?
Yeah.
Yeah, take, bro. He's not with the stand.
So-
you can take whatever you want, bro.
Okay, SOCO Films. We've done this before. We've done this many times. It's my first time out the corner. I don't know if I'm ever gonna come again. However, this is the issue that we have. Okay. When atheists specifically make statements about God, those statements are non-cognitive because they can't access this information either in this life or the next. Now, Ali Dawah is saying that you can. Now, for all the atheists in chat, I want you to answer this for me, and it's genuinely just a question. Are you actually able to access the kayfiyah of Allah's descent in heaven? The entire kayfiyah. Are you able to access the entire kayfiyah of how Allah creates, of how He shows the veil, of whether the veil is belonging to Him or to you, right? If yes, then show me where your creed permits this, and it isn't just some random notion from analytic philosophy. If not, then you are basically saying that Ali Dawah kind of lied on your own creed. You don't have to reject him. I'm just saying, hey, he lied, right? Now, he also did something that is very weird. He also defined death as you stop existing. And he actually recorded that. If he cuts that out, that's funny, but whatever, right? If you define death as you stop existing, that is an atheistic notion. Christians do not believe that when you die, you stop existing. Your soul is simply disconnected or separated from your body, but you still exist insofar as your soul is. Thank you so much for watching SOCO Films, and see ya.